Okay, fuck faces. Today we are bending and no, we're just bending. We're bending cylinder boxes and cylinders. This is again derived technically from the broken draw video, 25 exercises to improve your drawing skills and blah blah blah. But this is something I did before that video. This is something that's actually part of the Art WOD program. So 2-in-1 shill. Who would have seen that coming? I definitely didn't, and I'm always looking down. So yeah, I mean, to be honest, I'm pretty beyond the basic bending boxes and cylinders at this point, so I'm going to try to make it a bit more unique. Like, I'm going to try to combine them, right? They don't always have to be in the same perspective, shit like that. So that's what I'm looking to do, and I think I finally have found a fucking space or setup for my little camera stand, which does involve my shoulder hitting it, my face being in front of it, right? Me actually being able to draw relatively face on, being able to see the entire page. It's perfect. And the camera doesn't shake a shit ton either. So at least I think it isn't shaking. I can't tell. So yeah, let's begin. And okay, well, I guess I should explain. Well, let me just do my top right thing, right? Yeah, let's do the top right drawing first. Let's just get that shit over with. It's always gonna be a headache otherwise. So, good old penning it up. So here is a normal box, and yes, I draw my boxes like this. I guess I'm just used to it. But honestly, if you can twist a box, you can definitely bend a box. It's definitely the easier of the two. So you take this, right? We're gonna put a nice little arrow there, and it's essentially, how do I say this? How did Antonio explain it? You're basically just manipulating this plane. So this can go to become like this. Whoa. Like that, right? And it's just about figuring out what would that look like in the grand scheme of things. So if you have something, this becomes something like that. Well, if we are choosing that this plane is going to look like this, then we if we just follow this, right? We're just following. Okay, then that means this one is going to be facing this way, right? Why is this line specifically like this? Because it's sort of a 90-degree angle, roughly, right? If we can just pretend that this part of the line that is part of the curve but is just straight here, then we can say that, okay, well, if this is relatively 90 degrees, then even if it gets turned this way, this little section right here, we just got to make it, I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. You just fucking do it. Just literally do it over and over till it's intuitive, right? Or go to fucking Art WOD. Antonio will explain it much better. I'm just gonna have fun. I don't need to teach you guys anything. I've taught it to myself, and that's enough. But actually, the most difficult part of these exercises is not only keeping the consistency of the plane thickness, or keeping the plane thickness consistent, but also following along, right? Like, you'll see this isn't perfect compared to this. It's not always going to be perfect, per se, but it is the idea, right? And again, like, it's about, okay, what is the vanishing point here? Well, technically, we can just do something like this, right? And then maybe this one can be a bit more intense, so something like that. Because this is technically bending upwards a little bit, right? It's not about being perfect, it's just about getting the information across. And the most difficult part about bending is the consistency, right? You have to keep all these things consistent. And maybe I'm not doing the best job at that consistency, but that's okay. I'm also learning, right? When I said I'm better than this, I lied. I'm shit. I have not learned a single thing. But actually, maybe I could draw from here. No, I think drawing from here is fine. It's going like that. Visualizing is actually what's really going to help me here. See, so you see how this is kind of this curve, I have to imagine the exact same curve here, and that's going down, right? And then it's like, whoa. But now that's slightly diverging. So I fucked that up a bit. That's okay, same thing. Curve here. And then it's like that. Right? Same thing. I'm imagining this curve on the other end. Going. This one's a bit more difficult. Ta-da! That is an extreme bent box, okay? That is not, like that isn't what you should be starting off with, especially if you're a beginner, right? I could technically say I'm an advanced beginner. It's likely not. It's, you know, I still make a lot of mistakes, so I don't really think I'm advanced in any sense of the word, but if you're gonna go and say beginner, this is probably what an advanced beginner roughly would do, right? But clearly, like, look, we know that these two are diverging, this is diverging from this. It's not perfect. It's really not perfect at all. There's a lot of errors here already, but I guess let me do the same thing for a cylinder, right? So same thing with bending cylinders. Well, I did say I was going to try combining them, but I'll probably do both. Okay, so this is nice. You can see everything on the page. It's clean, which is what matters. And there's enough space for my heading. That's all that matters to me. Same thing here. This, we could do something like, now, okay, let me move this fucking, these pens are in the way, man. My wrist keeps hitting them. So you, again, it's about following the contours, right? Cylinder specifically, I could do something like this. And then this would go around. Fucking page moving. Like so. Over yonder. And then something like this. See, again, I really struggle with the consistency of it all. It's not perfect. As you can see, this is a huge, huge mess. And this is gonna be my top right thumbnail. So, you know, that's not gonna get any viewers, unfortunately. But, and again, obviously I'm working on lines, right? Like you're gonna keep hearing me say that. But it's a struggle, obviously. But yeah, like the consistency of it is difficult, but I guess I should explain how this works. Go to artwad.com and sign up for a free initial freemium plan. They'll explain everything to you. No, it's basically you're just following the contours. So if I were to do another cylinder here, right? And again, Antonio will explain it much better than I would. But well, and I mean, I'm trying to remember how he would explain it as well. So maybe this bending this would turn into something like if you were to have this and then this, what would that become? It's kind of like that, right? You're just, yeah, fuck, following the contours. I don't fucking know, bro. Just go to Artwad. Go to anybody but me when it comes to explaining this. Just watch me for the nice little well, is it really nice commentary? We'll see. But watch me because I plead you to. I beg of you to, in an affirmative manner, and you all love hearing my voice, right? Nope, nope, nope. We all love hearing this shit. Oh fuck, my video was done exporting. Let me go do that right now, for real. BRB, I say, as I continue to commentate while walking over to my laptop. Oh, I got another copyright content ID claim from that same fucking retarded company, Music Pro or whatever. Whoever the fuck you are, please release my acknowledge my dispute. My dispute. Acknowledge my dispute. I mean, it's a pretty fair dispute. The background music that I'm using is not the primary source of entertainment or value for my videos. It's my beautiful, beautiful art. So I don't think there should be any problem. They accepted my dispute before. This is definitely an automated thing. So yeah, but anyways, I'm gonna take a little mental break. That was a lot of hard work, having to horribly explain how something in art works. That was difficult. Okay, well, I'm gonna try to make this more difficult for myself, and maybe that means the page won't be as bombastic and filled, but this is for me, not for you. So I'm going to try something like, well, that was a mess up, but it's okay, I can work with that. Okay, let's do something simple like this first, and then see where it takes us, right? Okay, ZC is going somewhere, but is it going somewhere good? To be determined. Okay. This may seem very awkward and confusing, and to be honest, trust me, I'm literally trying to visualize all of this. So just put yourself in my shoes and how difficult this might be for me. Yeah. And this is what I meant by saying I'm going to make it more challenging for myself. Because when you make something challenging for yourself, you also allow the possibility of failure. And boy, oh boy, am I a failure. Uh, anyways, let's see, why don't we do something like this as well? Oh, I guess that wasn't the original plan, what I'm doing here. If I'm gonna cut it off, then I might as well try something. Okay, so there's gonna be some overlapping here. I mean, it's my fault, but it's not gonna make much sense anymore. But I tried, right? I did definitely tried. Okay, and this is like so that's a mistake. Yeah, see, that's pretty fucky, right? But that's the idea I was trying to get across for myself more than anything. Is just definitely can make this more complicated, can't I? But yeah, that doesn't work because obviously I was trying to make some sort of border, little overlaps, thing in the middle, but so much of that was improvised and not thought ahead that it was resulted in something very incoherent, like this, right? So it's okay. It's all a lesson learned at the end of the day. So I'm not worried about it. I'm sad and depressed, but I'm not worried, which is important. So yeah, let me just rest my brain and then go for some cylinders. And that's the great part about art, is the fact that it's really only as difficult as you make it. Sure, well, not me, of course, because thankfully I had the privilege of knowing what to work on beforehand. But I know many artists, because I'm better than you, I just wanted to clarify. But many artists get stuck in the comfort zone. What is the comfort zone? You're not pushing yourself, right? Sometimes you don't even know where to push yourself. I definitely don't. I don't know what the fuck this ended up becoming, but it was something difficult and convoluted, which is why I tried it, right? So if I try something with cylinders, I guess I could try something simple first, right? Do something like this, and also something like that. So And to be honest, these types of snake-like forms are especially hard to do because they're so long, so curvy, and you almost need to make it consistently, the lines all consistent, right? So it's not gonna be the easiest, but I'm also just trying to think of that little tip Broken Draw gave, which is imagine that you're viewing this world. It already exists, right? And you are simply just someone who happens to be there to fill it in. It's a very difficult thing to do, of course. Let's not, discount that or forget it. One thing in my channel that I always want to do is specifically state how difficult art is. This is not an easy skill to learn. It is a lifelong skill to learn. In my opinion, more than any other skill, this is a lifelong skill. It's kind of like piano. That's why I also chose piano, because you're never gonna quote unquote perfect the instrument or perfect art, right? I think the arts are special in that, in the sense that you never perfect them. See, this isn't really what I was going for, but I tried visualizing, which is important. But I guess let's actually follow through on what I'm visualizing, right? For once in your life, Viggy. God damn it. Hmm. Again, not completely what I was going for. And this line needs work. It's okay. It's alright. Let me do some boxes as well now. It's almost like I need a cue of sorts, right? What can I turn sort of multiple bent boxes into? That's also my problem solving ability, and I have difficulty with it, I'm not gonna lie, trying to make unique things out of bent boxes or cylinders. It's the whole concept of Antonio in that video, 6 steps to draw anything, where he quotes somebody else, but I'm quoting him quoting somebody else. Whereas it's essentially, if you can't draw something, if you can't make an interesting shape, what the fuck am I even saying? If you can't make a simple shape look interesting, then why would you try drawing anything more complex? I think that's what it was, right? And that's sort of the what I'm trying to live by. But okay, let's try something like fuck. Did I already fuck that up? Okay. This is going somewhere very good, very good. Sehr good. Okay. Let's start with simple, right? We want to all do simple, don't we? Well, you can probably see what I'm trying to do is just create these bent boxes on another bent box. Right? I'm already making mistakes, which is good, but at this point I might as well just foreshorten because intentionally or unintentionally I have begun the foreshortening process. Right? But yeah, these are all bent boxes, which I can attest to and say, yes, these are bent boxes for sure. Now the question is, what would this turn look like? We have quite an interesting turn coming up, right? Now that's the really fun part, and the really difficult part, of course, as well, is how to make this turn look like a nice turn. Okay, so let's say you're turning like this. So this would be here. And would it be like that? Remember, I too am learning alongside you, so this could very well be wrong. I think I should have made another one like this now that I look at it, because sure, this is technically not incorrect, I don't think. Maybe I should just have like a tiny one here. Nah, I don't think that works. This is the incorrect perspective. And maybe this is also incorrect? Uh, hmm. That is difficult. It's a good type of difficult, actually. Because yeah, wrapping it around, right? That's definitely hard. That's the beautiful part about art, is the fact that technically they're all a good type of difficult. Okay, so how would this look? Again, this is kind of... I messed up the sizing here as well, but now I'm just trying to think what a bent cylinder would look like on this. right? In this perspective, would it be like that? Is that correct? I don't think so. We'll keep going. It technically should be I mean, I could treat it like a minor axis almost, right? In terms of what the angling should be like. Like this one should technically, this is too off. Yeah, I could honestly just treat it like another box. Okay. So in that case, okay, I'm just gonna end this like so. Kind of twists over, end up doing a little bit of a turn, right? So it would have been something like this. Yeah, it ended up kind of turning inward, or turning on its side. So would we see anything else if it's turning on its side? No, because it's happening at the end, I believe. Okay, let me rest my brain. Now that is a brain turner. This is what I mean by making it difficult. Everybody, I can do this for a couple days, 100%. Now, in that same vein, we could try something with cylinders as well. We could do something like, and I'm really gonna try to visualize this. Something like this. That doesn't seem right to me. Okay, let's try that again. Because I'm basically trying to do something like this, right? Where it is. This is actually really difficult. Before I even try something like this, so let's just cap this like that. Okay, let's just leave this as a quote-unquote failed experiment. I don't know why I'm quoting it. It's a fuck up. What I'm trying to do is make a ring. Maybe that seems really basic, right? Maybe it is something as simple as this. But I don't think so. Because if we want to turn this in perspective, right, there's going to be something a lot more to that. Would it be something like this? I think that's close, but I made this too thin, this part. No, I think that's close. I know I didn't make this too thin. I think this is too far inward. So would it be something like... I think that seems more accurate. Yeah, I think that seems more accurate. We'll try a bunch of these. It's just... It's kind of... I have to imagine that the contours are being created, right? It's a bit of a fuck up. Because if we just take a normal cylinder and do a couple twists and turns, do a couple of twists and turns, if we do something like... I fucked up the end there, but you can see what I'm trying to say. This is still very difficult, don't get me wrong. Especially because I haven't done it in a while, right? It's kind of like a more simplified version of this. Again, I know the way Antonio, the way Artwad teaches it is they don't really care for you to go this far. This is basically the furthest. They want you to go maybe this, but it's up to me to make it difficult, right? So it's up to me to make it difficult. I should actually make a concentrated effort to do so. See, now that's a huge fuck up. Should not be that far. Especially if we're thinking in terms of this line over here. It's the thickness has to be the same. Same with this. This is just wonky all around. But I could try it again. I think visualization is obviously the key here. See, much more organic. It's very subtle, much more subtle. And even this could have been a bit better. Yeah, it's not perfect, but I'm gonna do some more boxes being bent as well. I could actually spend a lot of time on this. Because this is so simple, it's actually very difficult to make it something interesting, if that makes sense. Okay, I just got an idea. To make it more difficult, why don't I just choose a random word? Probably gonna be more hard surface-ish, like hard surface-ish. Let's just say ceiling fan. Now I have to construct a ceiling fan out of purely bent boxes and cylinders. That will be difficult, right? So we could start with something like, Okay, this is actually gonna be hard because I've literally obviously never done this. But oh fucking this cap every goddamn time. And now it went underneath my table. I'm gonna move this piece of shit over here. There you go. God, this is difficult. I'm loving this. Okay. Let's see. So a ceiling fan made out of bent boxes and cylinders. What would that look like? Well, let's make the most basic ceiling fan first, I guess. Right? Which is just something like this. Something like that. And then we have the ceiling fan shit, right? Very simple to do, and obviously it's coming this way as well. And the back way. Very simple to do with boxes and cylinders. But now how can I make it unique through bent boxes and cylinders? Well, let's start with this. Maybe that can be like that. Then there you go. Well, I guess I made it a bit too. I should have been a bit further away. And then we maybe what would have bent. I'm a genius. I could just do this actually. Literally just bend it. Fuck it. Right, something like that. And then another bent cylinder, something like well, since I just practiced this, hopefully I can bring it to fruition. It's a bit fucked up, but it is what it is. Right, that's like I guess this part, and then we just need the fan part, which I already fucked up still. But I guess we'll just make it 2. I'm really getting to the habit of visualizing while I draw, like everything, not just specific things. does make it more fun. See, now that is something, even though it is not this whatsoever, right? And because I had to kind of like figure things out, this is now a fan made out of bent boxes and cylinders, right? I think this is, I mean, this is the first time I'm doing this, and already it feels like it's such a great way to creatively practice something that is mundane and simple. Again, I'm putting these quotes because one of my videos I put the thumbnail as, and that's something that I've been holding close to my heart, my kokoro, since the beginning, which is art fundamentals are not boring, you are boring, right? And I'm not just saying you as in the general you, as in the people I'm talking to, the audience, whatever, but actually I am saying you as the, what the fuck am I saying? I am saying you as the general you, not addressing my audience, right? When I say you, I mean me as well, right? Like I am boring, right? If I cannot make this and this into something like this, then clearly it's my fault, right? Whether due to lack of understanding, lack of skill, or both, right? I'm not saying that anybody should just be able to turn this to this when they're starting out, right? You need to be able to understand this pretty well in different angles before you can start doing things like this and twisting and even trying something like this, right? But the point I'm trying to make is the fact that the fundamentals are not there to bore us, they're there to enrich us, in my opinion, right? These boring quote unquote shapes created something really cool looking, in my opinion, like this, right? I wouldn't have even thought of something to do that before. And speaking of thinking of something to do, I'm gonna take a little break and then we'll just try to think of something else to do, right? Any random word I think will suffice, because at the end of the day, it's not about likeness, clearly, from this to this, but just providing the incentive to think ahead, visualize, and create some sort of design, right? It's something I'm learning alongside, right? What I'm saying is I'm sort of thinking out loud. I'm not teaching really, but I'm thinking out loud, and it either bears fruit in a sense or it doesn't, right? Or like literally nothing. It doesn't. Okay, this is something. Yes. Did I already bitch about the fact that one of my YouTube videos wasn't processing? And I had to change the order around. If I haven't, because I was supposed to bitch about that today. Yeah, YouTube's processing was stuck on processing will begin shortly for today's video, so I had to make today's video tomorrow's video, which is line sketchbooking part 11, right? And today's video is going to be the lines are garbage part 8, I believe, or part 7, some shit like that. But yeah, it's what it is. It's what it is. So today's thumbnail is what is it? It's I oh yeah, Republicans are after me because I come first. Self-love, XOX or some shit like that. Fucking dumb. Okay, what random word comes to my mind? Watch, because I'm wearing a watch, right? So, how can we make a watch out of boxes? Et la cylindres. Well, actually, that's actually pretty simple. So this would be the side of the watch, right? And I guess we can make a strap. that, but I need to indicate that this is like a proper strap, which can be done like that, and making a cutout maybe. Should probably speak up a bit. Yeah, something like that, I guess. Okay, that can be the watch quote-unquote strap. It doesn't really look amazing, but it is what it is. Maybe I can even... And this can just be like a little connection. Right. That can just be the watch strap. Fuck it, why don't we just do something like... I fucked it up, but it was supposed to be a cylinder facing that way. It's okay. Okay. See, I don't really know all the parts of a watch either, so this is purely off of my own. I mean, to be honest, I have a fucking watch on my hand that I can look at. Jesus Christ. Okay. We could do something like this. Okay, well, first, if I want to make... I could literally just put a cylinder right here, but no, I refuse. Make it a bent cylinder. A really shitty bent cylinder, evidently, but a bent cylinder nonetheless. And then we could have something like... Okay, so this needs to go... Right? Is that correcto? Something like that. I don't think that's right. This was supposed to be much further back, yeah. Same mistake I made over here. But it's okay. And then we can have this. Cool. And this as well. Ta-da! A watch, quote unquote. Made out of bent boxes and cylinders. This one, not so much, but hey, it was pretty fun to do, right? I mean, at least it was for me. Okay, and then let's just, we have 5 minutes left, so let's just practice generally doing some boxes and cylinders, or bending. Like this, I'm sort of past, in the sense that it's not super difficult for me anymore. This used to really bend my my butt cheeks, but now it's just my line work that That needs to be better. Not the actual concept itself. Again, I'm very well aware that my lines are holding me back. But at the same time, I think it's evident that I'm doing my best. Is I'm not. Because, yeah, I think it's all slow pickings, as they say, when it comes to art. No, this should be difficult, dog. So, let's see what I can do here. See, now that's completely incorrect. But I don't care, I love it. Let's just pretend like this is a warped ass cylinder. Yeah, I committed to that, even though I knew it was a mistake I was making, which is fine. But yeah, bending boxes and cylinders evidently can be much more than just this or this, right? Very difficult though. Let's do one more. Actually, let me take a little brain break, and then I'll do one more. Yeah, that should be something like this, right? Oh, fucked up that line. But I think it's relatively something like that. I'm just thinking right now. Because if you got this, and you got that, we're just... right? I think it makes sense. Again, please, anybody in the comments, feel free, if you ever get this far, to educate me, right? I would love to know how this works, so I can try my best. Let's do one more. Let's do, or should I just leave it at this? I think I'll leave it at this. I mean, I have the day after tomorrow to continue onwards, or maybe I'll just continue. Honestly, I might just continue onwards with this tomorrow. Wait, no, I'm supposed to be doing sketchbooking. Yeah, let's do sketchbooking. I'm gonna be doing my last day for that because I have that mushroom drawing, maybe some tiny other thing to finish up, but yeah, okay, should be okay. What are we on right now? Oh, I keep looking at block 1. It is block 2, yeah. Oh no, fuck, I'm looking at warm-up. I need to look at warm-up. Yeah, bending boxes and cylinders. Cool, yeah. I mean, I haven't done this in months, so for not having done in months, my understanding has either improved or stayed relatively the same. I think it's actually improved a little bit, not gonna lie. Like my ability and my understanding, funny enough. Just gotta let your brain rest on it, right? So, yeah, and something like this was actually very difficult to do before. But now, now it's not too bad. So, yeah, I mean, still making elementary mistakes like this, right? It's okay. I'll slowly get better. Slowly, surely. This was a fun little exercise. This was a fun little exercise. This, I liked what I was doing here because it was very difficult. It's my fuck up though, because technically it wasn't intended for this to be the side. I should have cut it off right here. Like right around there. But I actually lost sight of that, right? So, you know, because otherwise it should have been like that. This should have been in conjunction with that. This still ended up being pretty unique because I made it work, right? But yeah, I mean, I'm feeling kind of not disappointed, but just it's difficult to feel great when your ability doesn't match your expectations, but at the same time, I know objectively speaking, I should feel good. Therefore, I feel good. Look at that. I just coped and convinced myself. So self-delusion is key to a happy life when it comes to the artistic path, my friends. Please be not even warned, aware of that. Please be aware of that. But honestly, great session. I did do my best to visualize. This mistake was great. This one I was really happy with. And this actually ended up kind of looking like what I wanted it to look like. Now that I think about it, surprisingly, I did sort of imagine this, and it actually kind of ended up being that. So can't be too. Yeah, I have no complaints, no complaints whatsoever. But yes, okay, I think I'm done. Thank you for watching, and please give me copious amounts of money. Thank you. Goodbye.